There are two small organs in your body, each about the size of your fist, sitting quietly on either side of your spine. You never see them, you rarely think about them, and unless something goes seriously wrong, they never make a sound. But right now, today, those two organs are filtering your entire blood supply every 30 to 45 minutes. Every waste product, every toxin, every excess mineral your body needs to eliminate passes through them. They are your kidneys, and they are almost certainly being damaged by habits you consider completely ordinary. Here is what makes this so alarming. According to CDC data published in March 2026, approximately 37 million Americans have chronic kidney disease right now, and 87% of them have absolutely no idea. No symptoms, no warning, no pain. The kidneys are so efficient at compensating for damage that most people lose 30, 40, even 50% of their kidney function before a single symptom appears. After 60, this becomes more dangerous than most people realize, because by age 60, kidney function naturally begins to decline even in healthy adults. The filtration rate decreases. The kidneys become less efficient at handling medications. They become more vulnerable to the everyday habits that would not have caused significant harm 30 years ago. And when you layer ordinary daily habits on top of that natural age-related decline, the damage compounds in ways that most seniors are never warned about. Today, we are going to talk about 7 of those habits, not rare things, not extreme behaviors. 7 things that millions of seniors do every single day. Things that feel completely safe, that are quietly, silently, and measurably damaging their kidneys. Section 1. Why your kidneys become more vulnerable after 60. Before we go through the 7 habits, I want you to understand what is happening inside your kidneys as you age, because it explains everything that follows. Your kidneys contain approximately 1 million tiny filtering units called nephrons. When you are young, these nephrons are resilient. They can handle stress. They can compensate when things go wrong. But as you age, the number of functioning nephrons naturally decreases. The glomerular filtration rate, the speed at which your kidneys clean your blood, typically declines by about 1% per year after age 40. By the time you are 65, your kidney function may already be operating at 75 to 80% of what it was in your 30s. This is not disease. This is normal aging. But it means your kidneys have less reserve, less capacity to absorb damage, less ability to recover from injury, and it means that habits which were manageable at 40 can cause lasting damage at 65. Understanding this is not meant to frighten you. It is meant to make what comes next feel urgent, because every one of the 7 habits I am about to describe is something you can change, and changing them can meaningfully slow the progression of kidney damage, or, in some cases, stop it entirely. Habit number 1. Taking ibuprofen and NSAIDs too often. This is the habit that kidney specialists consider the most dangerous and the most underappreciated among seniors. And I want to be very specific here, because this is not theoretical. This is documented in published medical research. Ibuprofen, naproxen, and other non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs, are among the most widely taken medications in America. They are sold over the counter. They are considered safe by most people. And for many seniors dealing with arthritis, joint pain, back pain, or headaches, they are taken regularly, sometimes daily. But here is what most seniors are never told. NSAIDs work by blocking a group of compounds in the body called prostaglandins. These prostaglandins have an important role in kidney function. They help regulate blood flow to the kidneys. When you block prostaglandins with ibuprofen, you reduce blood flow to the kidneys. In younger adults with healthy kidneys, this is generally well tolerated. But in older adults with age-reduced kidney function, this reduction in blood flow can cause direct, measurable damage to kidney tissue. A 10-year population-based study of senior cohorts found that NSAID use was associated with a 46% increased risk of developing chronic kidney disease and with significantly faster decline in kidney filtration rate. And ibuprofen specifically accounted for nearly 47% of all reported kidney injury cases associated with NSAIDs. A separate study of over 10,000 elderly adults found that regular NSAID users showed a statistically significant increased risk of rapid kidney function progression. The practical guidance from nephrologists is clear. For seniors over 60 with any degree of kidney impairment, which includes most seniors whether they know it or not, ibuprofen and naproxen should not be the first choice for pain management. Acetaminophen, used correctly and at appropriate doses, is significantly safer for the kidneys. And when pain is severe and persistent, speaking with a doctor about alternatives is far safer than reaching for the ibuprofen bottle every morning. Habit number 2. not drinking enough water. This one sounds almost too simple, but chronic mild dehydration is one of the most consistent findings in studies of kidney health in older adults, and it is one of the most fixable. Here is the problem specific to seniors. As you age, your body's thirst mechanism becomes less reliable. In younger adults, thirst is a dependable signal it tells you when your body needs water and you drink. But after 60, this signal weakens. Studies show that older adults experience reduced thirst sensation even when they are clinically dehydrated, which means you can be significantly underhydrated without feeling thirsty at all. When your body is chronically underhydrated, your blood becomes more concentrated. Your kidneys, whose job is to filter that blood, have to work harder to process waste products through a thicker, more concentrated fluid. Over time, this increased workload contributes to kidney stone formation, urinary tract infections that can travel to the kidneys, and accelerated functional decline. The National Kidney Foundation recommends that adults drink enough fluid to produce at least 2 liters of urine per day. A practical guide is to aim for urine that is pale yellow, not completely clear, which can indicate overhydration, but definitely not dark or amber, which signals significant dehydration. Most kidney specialists recommend that seniors aim for 6 to 8 glasses of water daily, spread throughout the day, rather than consumed all at once. Habit number 3, eating too much salt without realizing it. Most seniors who are told to reduce their sodium intake think this means not adding salt at the table. But the hidden reality of sodium in the American food supply is something that shocks most people when they actually examine it. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day for most adults, and less than 1,500 milligrams for seniors with high blood pressure or kidney concerns. But the average American consumes over 3,400 milligrams daily, and the majority of that sodium does not come from the salt shaker. It comes from processed foods, canned soups, deli meats, bread, cheese, restaurant meals, and condiments, foods that do not taste particularly salty but are loaded with hidden sodium. High sodium intake raises blood pressure. Chronically elevated blood pressure is one of the 2 leading causes of chronic kidney disease, the other being diabetes. High blood pressure forces blood through the delicate filtration membranes of the nephrons under excess pressure, causing micro damage that accumulates over years and decades. A 2024 study from Tulane University confirmed that high sodium intake is directly and independently linked to kidney damage progression. Global research on dietary risks and chronic kidney disease found that high sodium intake, along with low vegetable and low fruit intake, had the greatest impact on kidney disease burden and related deaths, particularly among adults aged 65 to 69. Reducing sodium does not require eliminating flavor. It requires shifting from processed foods to whole foods, using herbs and spices in place of salt, choosing low-sodium versions of canned goods, and reading food labels with attention to the sodium content per serving. Habit number 4, taking too many medications without monitoring. This is a habit that most seniors do not think of as a habit at all, but the research identifies it as one of the most significant risks to kidney health in older adults. Polypharmacy, the simultaneous use of 5 or more medications, is extremely common in seniors over 65. The average senior takes 4 to 5 prescription medications, and many take significantly more. Every medication that enters your body must be processed and excreted, and the primary organ responsible for that excretion is your kidneys. When the kidneys are processing 5, 7, 10 different drugs simultaneously, each with its own chemical footprint, each competing for the same filtration pathways, the cumulative burden on kidney tissue is significant. A nested case control study of senior cohorts found that polypharmacy was directly and significantly associated with kidney dysfunction in older adults. The more medications taken simultaneously, the higher the risk. This does not mean seniors should stop taking prescribed medications. It means every senior over 60 should have a medication review, sometimes called a brown bag review, with their doctor or pharmacist at least once a year. Bring every medication you take, including over-the-counter drugs and supplements, to one appointment and ask, do I still need all of these? Are any of these combinations placing unnecessary burden on my kidneys? Are any of these medications nephrotoxic, meaning harmful to kidneys? And if so, what is my kidney function actually showing right now? Habit number 5, eating too too much animal protein. Protein is essential. Seniors need more of it than the standard dietary recommendations suggest. But the source of that protein matters enormously when it comes to kidney health, and this is a distinction that most seniors have never been told. When your body metabolizes protein, it produces nitrogen waste products, primarily urea and creatinine, that the kidneys must filter and excrete. Animal protein, red meat, pork, poultry in large quantities produces significantly more of these nitrogen waste products than plant protein does. For healthy kidneys, this is manageable, but for aging kidneys already operating at reduced capacity, a diet very high in animal protein creates a chronic filtration burden that accelerates kidney function decline over time. The National Kidney Foundation recommends that seniors with any degree of kidney impairment monitor their protein intake carefully, not eliminate it, but be thoughtful about the balance between animal and plant sources. Incorporating more plant-based proteins, lentils, beans, tofu, quinoa, alongside moderate portions of animal protein is one of the most kidney-protective dietary changes a senior can make. Research confirms that plant-based diets are associated with significantly better kidney health outcomes in older adults. Habit number 6. High sugar intake and uncontrolled blood sugar. The relationship between sugar, diabetes, and kidney disease is one of the most well documented in all of nephrology, and it operates through a mechanism that most seniors understand only in the most general terms. When blood sugar is consistently elevated either from diabetes, prediabetes, or a diet chronically high in added sugar, excess glucose circulates in the bloodstream. The kidneys, filtering that blood, are exposed to chronically high glucose levels. Over time, this excess glucose damages the blood vessels inside the nephrons, causing a condition called diabetic nephropathy, kidney damage driven directly by blood sugar. Between 38 and 49% of people with diabetes develop kidney disease. It is the leading cause of kidney failure in the United States. But here is what many seniors do not realize. You do not have to have a diabetes diagnosis for sugar to be damaging your kidneys. Chronically high sugar intake drives obesity, and obesity drives both diabetes and high blood pressure, the two biggest causes of chronic kidney disease. Sugar also promotes systemic inflammation that independently damages kidney tissue. The most dangerous sources are not the obvious ones. It is the flavored yogurt with 25 grams of sugar, the granola bar with 18 grams, the pasta sauce with added sugar, the fruit juice that seems healthy but contains as much sugar as a soft drink. Reading labels and reducing added sugar, not eliminating natural sugars from whole fruit, but targeting added sugars in processed foods, is one of the most powerful kidney protective changes available. Habit number 7. Living a sedentary life. The final habit is one that retirement can inadvertently reinforce. When the structured activity of a working life disappears, many seniors find themselves sitting for 8, 10, or more hours a day, and they may not immediately recognize how profoundly this affects their kidney health. Physical inactivity is consistently associated with worse kidney health outcomes in older adults. Exercise increases blood flow throughout the body, including to the kidneys. It helps control blood pressure and blood sugar, the two primary drivers of kidney disease. It reduces systemic inflammation that damages kidney tissue, and it supports healthy body weight, which reduces the metabolic burden on kidney function. Research confirms that even modest physical activity, 30 minutes of walking most days, produces meaningful improvements in markers of kidney health in older adults. The National Kidney Foundation specifically recommends regular aerobic activity as part of kidney disease prevention and management. You do not need to run. You do not need a gym membership. A daily walk, a swim, a gentle exercise class, any sustained movement that elevates your heart rate moderately for 30 minutes is protecting your kidneys while you do it. What to do starting today. Here is the truth about chronic kidney disease that most people are never told directly. It is largely preventable, and even in cases where some damage has already occurred, the progression can almost always be slowed, sometimes dramatically, through changes that cost nothing. If you are over 60 and you take ibuprofen regularly, speak to your doctor about alternatives. If you are not drinking 6 to 8 glasses of water daily, start today. If your diet is high in processed foods, added salt and sugar, make one change this week and build from there. If you take 5 or more medications and have not had a medication review in the past year, schedule one. If you are living a large largely sedentary life, start with a 10-minute walk and add time as you go. And here is the most important thing I can tell you. Get your kidney function tested. It is a simple blood test, a basic metabolic panel that measures your creatinine and calculates your estimated glomerular filtration rate, your eGFR. If you are over 60 and you have not had this test in the past year, ask your doctor for it at your next visit. Because the 87% of people who have chronic kidney disease and do not know it, they did not know because nobody tested them. They did not know because they felt completely fine. You do not have to be one of them. Please share this video with someone you love who is over 60, because the information in this video is the kind of information that can genuinely change someone's health trajectory before it is too late to make a difference.